B Marsh Boxing, what's happening, world? I'm back at it with another boxing video. Here we have two former world champions, Brandon Figueroa, a former unified champion at 122 pounds super bantamweight, versus former featherweight champion with the WBC version from the Philippines, Mark Magsayo. Now, this was a fight for the interim WBC featherweight title. The winner gets to face the real champion at 126, Ray Vargas, okay? Um, this was a good back and forth fight, but basically a tale of two halves. Well, the first half I gave most of the rounds to the man Mark Magsayo. I gave Brandon Figueroa round one, but then rounds two through six, I basically I saw the man Mark Magsayo dictate the pace and the range with some nice counterpunching, while the man Figueroa gives up a lot of his height and reach. Mark Magsayo wasn't so much on the inside, but he was keeping a nice distance, waiting for the man Figueroa to miss, and then the man Magsayo would counter him with some big right hands, left hooks to the body, a lot of power shots. That's what both of these guys brought to the table tonight. Not a lot of jabbing action, strictly power shots, overhand rights, uppercuts, left hooks, etc. Mark Magsayo, I had him going into round seven, at least 5 rounds to 1. Round six, I gave it to, I had it 4 rounds to 2. Round six, I gave it to the man Brandon Figueroa. He started to let his hands go more, close the distance, like he likes to usually do, get up close and personal, and bang out. But at this stage, looks like Mark Magsayo looks like he's gassing out a little bit, or is not is being affected by the pressure Brandon Figueroa was applying on him. You know what I mean? Round eight, Mark Magsayo in a round, in the round that I had him winning, decides to start clinching a lot. You know what I mean? He had been given a warning before, but he's holding the man Brandon Figueroa's hands with his elbow, clutching them in his elbow in between the punches, and the referee, stopped the fight and deducted 1 point from the man Brandon Figueroa in a round that I had him winning. You know what I mean? So that particular round, I had it 9-9. All right. And then another point deduction got deducted again in round 11. So Mark Magsayo holding again. And that's actually to me what affected him down the stretch, and why he lost at least the last 2 3 rounds, the championship rounds, is because he was scared to start holding again and clinching, because he would be deducted another point. And you could see that the point deductions were affecting his mindset and his game plan. You know what I mean? And he withered down the stretch, you know what I mean? And that's why I had the man Brandon Figueroa winning this fight. Even round 12, where Mark Magsayo did start off pretty well, you know what I mean? Going toe to toe. But when he couldn't clinch no more, and Brandon Figueroa had found a new sense of energy, he started to get overwhelmed in the last minute and a half of round 12. So overall, I had this fight a draw, but the point deductions basically hurt the man Figueroa. I had this fight 114 to 112 in favor of the man Brandon Figueroa. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, the last 3 rounds, basically, 10 and 11 and 12 was where the man, to me, Mark Magsayo lost this fight. Yet another close fight he was in, just like the one he was in versus Ray Vargas. And it looks like down the stretch, the man Figueroa, I'm sorry, Magsayo, he just didn't have the stamina or the mental fortitude to finish off the fight strong, you know what I mean? And it was a fight he was winning wide as far as the first half of the fight. But the point deductions definitely, set him back some in this fight. And also, you know, Brandon Figueroa is a tough cookie, He's a guy who gives up his height and reach, but he still's gonna bang out regardless. You know what I mean? Can't he's not an old head, But he ain't changing his stripes for nobody. Kind of something sort of like what Jared Hurd used to be at 154. That style is not conducive to a long-lasting career. But as of right now, here he is. He's gonna have a title shot at 126 in a different weight class, trying to be a two different weight class champion. Good fight overall. Of course, they banged out in Ontario at the Toyota Center over there in California, a place that historically produces great fights. And this is one of them. B Marsh Boxing. Your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and leave your thoughts and comments. I'll catch y'all on the next one. One.